Hey, I'm Thomas, this is Chasing the Catch. We're out on the fishing grounds in the small boat again. And today I'm going to chuck around some soft baits. See if we can get some tāmure, I'd expect out here, some snapper, but we'll see what comes. We're here to get a feed. We've got some family coming, we want to catch a feed, so let's get fishing. Just sensed that soft bait on the bottom, so I'm just going to give it little twitches, start working it back to the boat. I've got a little curly tail from Z-Man on there, a bruised banana. I've had good results with them in the past, so let's see how it goes today. We're just going to be drifting up over a little hole, so there's often fish holding in this slightly deeper hole ahead of us, so we'll just drift up over it, see what we find. Going to reset our drift. That was the most boring drift I've ever done. Not one tap, obviously nothing caught. The interesting thing was with that was the sounder was alive. So while it was the most boring drift I've ever done, it was the most exciting sounder I have ever seen fishing. There was just big balls of bait, there were bigger fish coming through, there was snapper sign on the bottom, but nothing at all even wanted to tap my bait. I think I maybe got one tap actually that whole time, but I didn't even feel it. It was so light. The soft bait though was just out of shape a bit. So let's reset, see what happens on drift number 2. Okay, I've reset the drift. We're running through the same hole, slightly different line though. See how it goes. I've also changed out the soft bait, so I've gone with a paddler now in a sexy mullet style, both a Z-Man again. So we'll see if a different bait and a slightly different line yields better results. Again here, we're just stacked with big sign on the screen, massive fish arcs, clearly good sized fish down there, and stacked, so we're in about 20 meters and they're stacked from 10 meters almost right down to the bottom, and nothing, not a tap, nothing. Keep fishing. All right, I've hooked up after many a cast. I've finally hooked up to a fish. Feels like a tāmure or a snapper. Doesn't feel overly big. But what amazes me here is, so I changed my soft bait again to what I call my old faithful, the motor oil. Oh, actually it feels all right, this fish. Motor oil jerk shad. And third cast, fish on. I was basically getting nothing, not even a tap, and then all of a sudden I get a fish on. These motor oils are crazy good soft baits. All right, oh, just getting a bit tangled up in our own lines here. Look at that, so tāmure, snapper, that is exactly what we came for. It's getting close to the boat. He looks really well hooked, so I'm just going to grab the leader, lift him in. Oh wow, that is a perfect eating size fish. So we've been fishing for a long time, maybe an hour and a half to even get a bite, and now finally we've got that, and so perfect pan size fish for us, perfect eating fish. That's going to be straight on the dinner table tonight. All right, we'll get that bait straight back out there. There's bait fish everywhere again, heaps of sound on the sounder, sign on the sounder, and bait fish jumping when that soft bait hit the water. Truly unbelievable, these motor oils from Z-Man. They last for so many fish. You catch fish after fish with them, and then the proof's in the pudding today. I mean, I don't know how many casts I've done for basically one tiny tap on another soft bait. 3 casts and I've got a fish in the bin. Blows my mind. Love these things. Motor oils. These are a jerk shad as well, so they're more designed for the type of fishing I'm doing, which is working the soft bait back. So this is the first of all the ones I've used today. This is the first of this style I've used, so it might also be the style of soft bait too, I must say. But far out, awesome. Yep. Oh, hooked up again. This, oh, do I drop it? I don't think it's still there. This might be a kahawai. Took it on the drop when it was not very far down the water column. Oh, now it's come alive. Oh, yes. Feel that. Oh, it's really come alive. Just let it run. There is no structure around here at all. Sandy bottom, so we've got pretty low drag. We can let the fish do what it wants. Doesn't feel like a snapper at all. Whoa, some good runs. Oh, it's actually got a few snapper head nods going on now actually. It's going through phases, this fish. It fights hard and pulls, and then it just goes absolutely quiet. This is feeling more and more snapper all the time actually. This is a strangely playing fish. Oh, I've got sight on it. Looks like a blimmin' good fish, and I think it is a tāmure. It is, and it's a very good fish. Oh, look at that. That is a gorgeous fish. Slightly bigger than the last one. Let's see how we hooked. Hooked pretty damn well. I'll just lift it in. Oh, that is a stunning snapper. Again, that's going to come home. That's a definite eater for us. And that fought so strangely and took it so far up the water column. I'd cast, we're in about 18 meters. That jig head was going down. I was sort of counting it down just in my head, and I was only up to about 6 seconds, and this guy took it. So it was probably only about halfway down the water column. Far out. That's a beautiful fish. Look at that nice little knob on his head just starting to form. Oh, suddenly the fishing's getting pretty red hot now that I've got these. Oh, he's like, whoa, far out. Look, he swallowed that soft bait. I was going to show you, but it's that same again, motor oil. Great fish. And only a couple of casts later, I'm hooked up again. This definitely feels like a small fish compared to those last ones. It feels like tāmure again, but it feels like a small fish. It's amazing when you're out fishing and it can be so dead like it's been today. And then all of a sudden it just sort of, things change. It just comes alive a whole lot more. And that's exactly what's happened now. Just, oh, he's woken up a bit. A little bit of weight here, but it's not a big fish. Things just suddenly come alive a bit, and oh, and all of a sudden you're catching fish. So, geez, actually, this is not a bad fish, because when we come out, we like to have a plan. We're not just sort of taking indiscriminately. We want to catch only what we'll eat. We'll always eat the whole fish. And tonight we were saying we want to have a whole fish for dinner. Oh, where's the leader? Oh, well's he hooked? Very well hooked. Lift him in. Tonight we were saying we want to have a whole fish for dinner. And I'm thinking this smaller size fish, this will be about a 35 centimeter fish, will be perfect for the two of us for dinner tonight. So we might take this one home, even though it's a bit smaller than the last two that we caught. So look at that, we've got our measure here. So 30 centimeters is the limit out here, or the minimum. So that's about a 35 centimeter fish. You measure to the V in the tail there. So like I said, that is perfect for us to eat as a whole fish. And we won't have excess out of that. We'll definitely be able to eat it all. We'll get all the beautiful meat out around the head, all the flesh down the sides. Oh, that is going to be a perfect dinner fish for us tonight. Yes. Look at that soft bait, all tangled up like that. So I just got taps on that retrieval. And so you've always got to just get that soft bait reset. And often when you're finding you're having, jeepers creepers, I need to let some line out here. This is a shambles. Oh my God, look at me. I'm out of control. Yeah, let's put that in the rod holder. Make life a lot easier. You've always got to be checking those soft baits. So especially when you're getting taps, you'll find that they get misaligned like that, and then they're not going to look like a real fish swimming. So reset that soft bait, get it sitting nicely on your hook so it swims through the water. On again, we just had a big patch of snapper sign go under the boat, and the next cast after that, big hit on the drop. Not sure if this is a big fish. It's not doing much, but definitely a snapper. Oh, it's got a little bit of go in it. A few runs. It's right on the turn of the tide actually, so thought it might slow down, but the tide has just turned, but maybe that current's just starting to pick up, heading back out. So now I've got a bit of a wind on tide situation here. Oh, there's a bit of weight here. Oh, love how these light rods, these soft bait setups, I've got a Veritas, I've got a Penn slammer on here, just bend right over. Feels so good to fish with. Oh, that. Oh, he's only just hooked in the lip. I might get the net on this one, just to make sure I secure him, because again, oh, there we go. Again, he's coming home for dinner. He puts us right onto our amount of fish that we wanted to take today. So the fishing's been slow, I guess. It's taken us a while to get these 4 fish, but we'll take him as well. Yet again, that mid 30s, 36, 37 centimeters. Again, on that motor oil. Look at that. Just through the lip. You can see there why I netted him. The lips are very strong, but you don't want to take any risks, so get the net on him. But he is another beautiful fish. That's going to wrap up our fish for today, I think. So we've got this wind on tide and we have to shoot home into that in this small boat. I love this True Kit. So this is an inflatable boat, and it means we can get out here and do this sort of fishing, catch these sort of fish, eat like absolute kings on this kaimoana. Far out. A difficult day fishing actually, slow starting, but what great results in the end. And I love these sorts of days fishing where you've got to persevere, you've got to change techniques, you've got to change tactics, you've got to find something that works, because it's not always easy. And I love that about fishing. Oh, the results, when you get them, are bloomin' good. Love that. Thank you for watching. Look at that, it's going to be a good meal.